All right, the time is 4:31. We'll call to order the October 7th, 2019 Minneapolis Planning Commission hearing. I am Sam Rockwell. I serve as president of the commission. I am joined today by Commissioners Brown, Cogill, Sweezy, Luke-Gapir, Schrader, and Olson. Next, I will open the public hearing on our consent agenda. And for those of you here to speak on the street renamings, now's the time. Come on up to the microphone, please. State your name and address for the record.
Yes, Mr. Chair. My name is Neva Walker. I am the proud seventh child of Clarissa Walker. I'm here quickly just to say on the behalf of my 6 living children of my mother, 5 who are over there, my nephew. It's a great honor and a privilege with giving thanks to Councilmember Jenkins for this honor and opportunity. For those that don't know, my mother set out 50 years ago to help create Sabathani Community Center and develop it from the ground up, living across the street for 40 of those years. And so to be able to have our street be named after our mother is a great honor. Mary McLeod Bethune said, "Believe in yourself, learn, and never stop wanting to build a better world." My mother started 50 years ago with nothing, with only the desire to help build community. My nephew's wearing a shirt. You could call my mother on any day, and she would answer the phone saying, "How can I help?" Not wanting anything from you, but trying to figure out how she can help you at any given time. And so it's a great honor, especially with the great opportunities that I've had in this city, to be able to lift up the woman that created my opportunity to have a legacy in the state of Minnesota. Without her, I would not be here. I would not have been able to be your first Black elected official in the state of Minnesota. I would not have been able to move on to have great things. And so to honor Clarissa Rogers Walker isn't just to honor the street, it isn't just to honor Sabathani. It is a great honor on the behalf of her children and her grandchildren who live and thrive every day and breathe her legacy and memory. And now the community will never forget what she was able to do in South Minneapolis. Thank you.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
My name is Tracy Williams Dillard, and I'm the publisher of the Minnesota Spokesman Recorder newspaper.
I'm Wallace Jackman. I was second publisher of the Spokesman Recorder.
And we're both here today, in addition to Mrs. Walker's street being named in honor of her, my grandmother's name being honored in recognition of her, right on the same street that our building sits on, which is on 37th and 4th Avenue. So it's a great honor to be able to have Leona Q. Newman's name on that street, where a lot of people who still may or may not be familiar with the paper now will know that name. And for those that are very familiar with the paper, have a lot of pride in the community having that name on 4th Avenue, because the building has been there for so long, means a lot to the family.
I don't know how many of you people knew Cecil E. Newman. Hubert H. Humphrey. I dropped my sucker. This is my new cigar. That's why. Cecil E. Newman and Hubert Humphrey were the best of friends. Hubert got to the White House and he called Cecil every week. "How about this, Cecil? How about that? How about this?" He'd help him get through some of the issues. I know because I was there. But the disgrace was putting his name behind Walmart up here on Lake Street. 1 block, no addresses. So this has to be, yes, about time. Thank you.
And so we're happy that this is taking place, and it gives a lot of legacy for the Black community. Having 2 Black women on each street in that neighborhood, it means a lot, so thank you.
It does.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Chair Rockwell. My name is Andrea Jenkins. I'm the council member for the 8th Ward in the city of Minneapolis, and it's really a great honor to stand before you as we contemplate these commemorative names. Just this past weekend, the documentary by PBS called The Jim Crow of the North, which documented the history of redlining and discrimination and oppression that has been a part of our city's history and many, many other cities throughout the United States. The interesting aspect is that that documentary primarily took place right in this intersection. And so one of the things that we're trying to do is reclaim the history that 85 years ago brought the Minneapolis Spokesman and Recorder, the longest running community newspaper in the state of Minnesota, and 50 years ago, the Sabanthony Community Center, which serves over 47,000 families every year with their food shelf and other services that happen at the Sabanthony Community Center. So I'm really proud to stand here today and honor these two incredible women, Clarissa Rogers Walker and Leuna O. Newman, and hope that you guys vote in the affirmative today. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else wishing to speak on these issues? Yes.
I'm here for something else. My name is Donna Nesty, and I've lived in the neighborhood for almost 30 years, and I worked at Mount Olive Lutheran Church for 30 years as a neighborhood ministries coordinator. And I have to say, Clarissa was like a mentor to me. And when I started, there were times I didn't know what to do, but I'd send them to Clarissa, and she'd help them. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing on the consent agenda. Commissioners, could we have a motion to approve the consent agenda, including the street renamings? We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much.